Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to this week's episode of Hidden Jewels of Soul and Disco. My name is Nadine, I'm writing for Souldisco.de, and this week it's going to be very disco. By the mid to late 70s, we all know disco was at its heydays. Everything you wrote disco on was a seller, no matter what. Even Disco Duck sold a tremendous amount of records. So, and also by the mid to late 70s, one label, the Salsoul label, was pretty big in business. For a certain amount of year of time, they were the big thing in disco music. And they had a great concept which really worked fantastic. The records they released, they sold like crazy. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this channel, you have at least one of their records in your collection. And that's the Salsoul label. That's not the hidden jewel this week, but that's part of the story. So the Salsoul label released stuff with the Salsoul Orchestra. The thing behind it was you had an orchestra, some backing vocals, and doing disco music. Sometimes they covered stuff. I think the biggest hit was Nice and Nasty, but they also covered stuff. Here on this version, it's We've Only Just Begun, one of the biggest songs of the 70s, Feelings. You were familiar with that song, so you had a great chance to dance on that, and yeah. And here on the backside you have also some releases with that kind of music, so that was pretty big. Yeah. And also one of the biggest hits was How High, which is also a thing, a good record to listen to. Once again, you know, nice looking woman on front and on back, and yeah, they had some stuff like How High, Have a Good Time, My Number's Up, I'll Keep You Warm. And there were people like Bunny Siegler. I mean, Bunny Siegler was one of the best songwriters of his generations. He worked with Philadelphia International label, and many musicians from Philadelphia International switched to Salsoul by the mid 70s. Once again, a money issue. I've heard certain amounts of story why that happened, but I think someone who was there when it happened should tell the story. I only heard stuff through the grapevine. Anyway, this kind of stuff, like I said, sold like crazy. So other labels thought, why don't we do that? We could do that as well. And one of those releases that came out of this area, and that's the hidden jewel of this week, is this wonderful Motown sounds Space Dance. That's a 1978 release. I put it out of the thing, you can see there. I bought that record about 7-8 years on a mega record store fair for, it was still in shrink at that time, for €5. And I bought it because I love that cover. For me, that's one of the best disco covers. You can see it that way. One of the best disco covers ever made. I mean, seriously, I want that as a poster. And one day I get it as a poster. I mean, who wouldn't want to be on that spaceship and dancing your ass off for one night or one day? I mean, seriously, have a look at that cover. I mean, it's just great. And that's the back. And the music on this record, and there's only one release, that's Space Sound, there was no volume 2 or anything like this, is also tremendously good. So let's have a listen. Yeah, so once again, I think a great release. It's absolutely affordable, between $5 to $10 now, And people like Jermaine Jackson were also included in making this record possible. So there were good people working on this. And once again, it's my personal opinion, quality-wise, production-wise, I consider this, because Motown had a very tight quality control, as many of you know, I consider this better than the Salsoul stuff. Because Salsoul got one record out of another, and get that stuff out and make cash out of it. And yeah, well, every company wants to do that, but sometimes the quality lags with that. And you can hear that Salsoul Orchestra stuff, some records, but then you're pretty much fed up for it for a certain amount of time. And with this record, I can hear that pretty often, and I'm still very much into it. So what we do have here is side 2. We start with side 1. Okay, whoops. So this is the side 1. It's the original US pressing. My version has a cutout. Is that a cutout? Or is there another name for this kind of cutout? It's a cutout, isn't it? Usually people say it's just a cutout when the corner is missing. To me, it's a cutout. If you know another word for that, let me know. But it has a cutout. Otherwise, like I said, the record was still in shrink. The record is only been played by me. Sound-wise, production-wise, a tremendously good record. And like I said, once again, I'm absolutely in love with this cover. Seriously. If you know where I can get a poster of this, or a high quality print that I can make a poster out of it, just let me know. Yeah. So this is the hidden jewel of this week. I hope you enjoyed this short version. We will do a longer version anytime soon, but there's not so much to know about that record. So why giving you information which is not available to make a longer video. So anyway, I don't think that you can, I haven't seen that on Spotify, but I know for sure that you can get that or listen to that stuff on YouTube. Otherwise, give it a try. Once again, highly recommended disco record of that area. You shouldn't, if you love disco music, this should be in your collection, with absolutely no doubt about that. So thanks for watching. Having a great week. All the best to you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, listen to good music. And I see you guys back on Wednesday with another hidden jewel. And so far, all the best to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.